In this video, I'm going to give you a complete and honest review of National Van Lines based entirely on my personal experience using their service for a long-distance move. I'll walk you through their website, explain how the booking process works, and share exactly what happened during the move itself, both the good and the bad. The National Van Lines website is clean and user-friendly, with an easy-to-find "Get a Quote" button right on the homepage. You fill in basic info like your current location, where you're moving, and the size of your home. The form is straightforward, but the estimated price they give online is extremely rough. It's just a ballpark, so don't expect it to match the final cost. Once you submit your details, a representative contacts you to schedule an in-home or virtual estimate. This part was professional and well handled. They used video to look at the items in my home, and the quote they gave after that was fairly close to the final bill. One thing to be aware of is that the quote doesn't include every possible fee, so you need to ask detailed questions. Communication was consistent through the early stages, but it started to taper off closer to the move date. I had to follow up a couple of times to confirm the arrival window. On moving day, the crew showed up within the expected time frame. The movers were polite and worked quickly, but they didn't use as much protective padding on some items as I expected from a top-rated company. Many other useful links you can find in the description. When my belongings arrived at the destination, there were a few scuffs on some furniture and one box was slightly crushed. Nothing major was broken, but it wasn't a flawless delivery. The company did offer a basic claim process for damages, which required submitting photos and waiting for a response. I got a partial reimbursement, though it took a few weeks. One of the positives is that National Van Lines includes basic liability coverage in their pricing, and they offer full value protection at an extra cost. Make sure you fully understand the coverage options before booking, especially if you're moving valuable or fragile items. Another thing to keep in mind is that delivery timing is given as a window, not an exact date. My delivery was within that window, but just barely. So plan for possible delays, and don't schedule anything urgent right after your expected delivery date. Overall, National Van Lines offers a generally reliable service with professional movers and decent support, but it's not without flaws. Pricing transparency could be improved, and item handling could be more consistent. If you go with them, be proactive, ask questions, and double-check every detail. If this review helped you or gave you a clearer picture of what to expect, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel for more honest, real-world reviews like this.